What's up, y'all? Listen, Normies over here. We're going to call ourselves the You Crew, reacting to you with you. And now, on this episode of You, Season 1, Episode 2, is called The Last Nice Guy in New York. Fun fact, anybody who describes themselves as a nice guy, I might have a hard time trusting you. Also, if you decide yourself as a nice girl, why don't you just be nice and I'll figure out that you're nice, and instead of having to be like, I'm a nice person.
That's why Michael Jordan never says that he's the greatest. He lets everybody else do it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe for the great thing. I feel like some people got talking enough shit to hype themselves up. But I don't know. If anybody's like, I'm really great at this thing, I'm like, if you didn't have to tell me, man.
The only person that I enjoyed saying that and tolerated was Muhammad Ali.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
Because he was the fucking greatest.
He's flashy. He was a hell of a boxer. But he
was also like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best.
I mean, he was also writing raps.
Yeah, he was the best trash talker for sure.
He was amazing.
I don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna have to deal with Benji. Benji has to die. Period.
Yeah.
Mainly because letting Benji go ensures that Joe will go to jail. Joe has committed enough of a crime that he needs to kill Benji. In fact, this crime could be, this would easily be murder one because he definitely had the intent. He knew this person. He planned it out. He thought it out very well. Very cunning.
He would definitely get the death penalty on this one. Yeah,
big deal. He needs to go ahead and kill Benji all the way. You shouldn't play with your food, I guess. He might be a cannibal. I wouldn't be surprised. Surge is on the way back from grabbing a water. This isn't a market substitute. Make sure you support the OG content on your own, and if you like to, you can support the Normies over on Patreon. Supporting us on Patreon means you get to watch ahead, see the uncuts, and also support our creative endeavors. Will we ever do a skit about you? Possibly, but that skit would really be how me and Marquetta met, and we met because I tricked the agency into letting her become an au pair here in Indiana. Then I slowly but surely weaseled my way into her Tinder. I stalked Marquetta to meet her.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I pre-knew check.
I had a stalker once.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
For real, what happened?
It was middle school.
Oh.
She wrote my name 1,000 times on a piece of paper.
Nice.
It got serious. Teachers had to be involved.
Oh.
Whoa.
It was weird.
She started trying
Did
to
you guys make out as adults ever?
No.
Good.
Hope she's not around.
You want to tell her name? Her first name?
We just called her Ohio because she was from a farm in Ohio.
And she, were you like the first brown man she ever met? And she was like, oh my God.
She was just like, you're so nice. I guess I was the first person that was like really nice.
Oh
and
no.
And then it just. The last nice guy in New York!
We were literally just talking about.
I was like, if anybody says they're a nice guy, I don't trust them.
I'm Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh
hey!
My
Look at this hair.
God.
Look at that hair.
Yeah. Oh.
It's luscious.
If you were ever going, I'm trying to think of a question to ask the commenters.
There's so much hair on your head right now. It's insane.
You might as well get braids like Mickey. All right, here's the question I'm gonna ask.
You know what you look like though? You look like George Michael.
Egon. George Michael.
You kind of look like a flash with Candace.
Oh yeah,
John
Raphael. All right, here's the question. All right, a certain amount of stalking is actually permitted by society. What amount of stalking are you okay with?
Facebook stalking.
Facebook stalking is easy.
Stalking.
Instagram stalking. I think if I can type your name up into Google and it gives me results on you, then I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've looked my own name up.
You've Googled yourself? I always thought that meant the other thing. That's a quote from Marge Simpson because I remembered that for some reason.
What?
Ah, nice.
Tonight's the night, Beck. Our first date. It just feels right, right?
His apartment's low-key too dope, too.
I'll tell you about Candace. Every red flag. I was blind.
Fucking Candace. What is this Candace girl? Forgot to talk about that in discussion. His past ex.
You think she's still alive?
Oh shit, good point.
Not criticism. God knows I am too. But you seem to.
How do you not see him right there?
Of course, a new phone.
She's pulling herself to
Not sure.
much attention to our surroundings.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you haven't texted back.
Is she blind? This dude is invisible.
He's like right there. How could you not see it?
You're thinking about him. I kind of thought I took care of that for you, Beck.
Just because he disappeared. He's also, I think, well, obviously, he's a sociopath. Like,
still in for tomorrow. Drinks, poetry.
Nothing if not up for both of those.
is she face blind?
Here, try this.
You just grabbed a random book.
How are you?
Frankenstein?
Hey, Mary Shelley goes hard on Frankenstein.
Scary, but also not really the monster.
What does that mean?
Just read it, you can tell me.
Paco, your idol. He's crazy.
Is it a soundproof room or what?
Yeah, you don't want the bus to hear the sounds. They built the soundproof room for it.
Like, how has he not yelled?
No, there must be there are vents there.
Yeah, there's holes.
But I mean, like,
It's not some.
The owner loved to read in peace down here. I'm sorry.
oh, there's the answer. See?
I don't know who you are. I don't know why I'm here. I swear.
Confession, I have no idea what to do with him now.
I'm gonna give you my lawyer's number. I don't need
Glue
gluten.
in there.
It's an allergy, okay? That's real. Gluten, dairy. If I ate a peanut, I could die.
Oh gosh, what
Well, there it is.
I'm claustrophobic. My blood sugar's low.
That does have the job for
Is
you.
this sugar? I found it in your wallet along with 3 bars of Xanax, Adderall, half a sheet of acid.
Why are you just walking around with half a sheet of acid?
Just in case the day gets bored.
God.
If you want out, you'll do what I want.
How the fuck's he gonna get out of this without killing him?
Good blackmail.
have to get him hooked on. I can think of a way, but it's fucked up.
Sometimes you do things on instinct because you have to, and then you scramble off, you know?
I'm an old-fashioned guy. I like real life.
And what about your job? Is that your goal? What?
I know I'm in a city full of people with big, fat, neon sign aspirations, and I know it's not cool to say it, it's not big and flashy, but I love books. And I want my life to be about what I actually love.
Just playing with the hair, bro. You got this in the bag.
Yep, just about to say that. Tell if girls like you before they talk to you.
I'm surprised he didn't comment on that. This comment is working perfectly. She's playing with it.
Yeah. You know he was thinking it.
I have to go with his friend. Apparently he had to go meet someone. Never came back.
Thought I'd done it. Gotten Benji out of our way. Looks like I have to finish the job.
For as smart as you are, you're not very smart.
And what did you think? She would just like forget about him?
Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, he smashed peanut powder up in that
Yeah,
stuff.
some battery corrosion or something.
One more thing. Password.
Liana.
Start?
Mama? That's Mama?
Jesus.
I think that's his mom, bro. Don't judge too hard.
Oh. He could.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, he's been living a frankly off-brand life for a guy who markets health soda. You don't mean anything to him.
Oh, he's gonna text a picture of him fucking another girl to Beck.
That's not helpful, though.
Called his mother. We were about to call the police. He's hiding some random shitbird in Massachusetts according to his geolocation. Don't say geolocation. You're not a stalker.
Look at the word stalker is so frivolously used in this show.
I'm supposed to have drinks with my thesis advisor.
Well, banging your professor is like a grad school rite of passage. I banged my bio professor. It was fine. Notably, I passed the class. Eyes on the prize. Over up, girl.
God.
Tomorrow is the anniversary of my parents' divorce. Party I always have to distract myself. Of course, sorry. I'm coming.
Wouldn't it just remind you?
You see this hardworking writer chick. How could you not? She's branded the living shit out of herself across the internet.
I want you to know, if I wasn't about to be late to see you, I would beat this guy bloody for the way he talks about you.
The kid's gonna discover him, man. The kid's gonna discover Benji.
Fuck. No, that's complicated enough.
He's right there.
You really have nothing to be nervous about.
Ew.
I wish I had your confidence.
Maybe it's time to acknowledge what there is here.
Ew! Oh, God.
You invited me to. You flirt brazenly. You wear clothes so sheer. I can see your nipples. What do you call it?
That's not consent!
Cover your tits.
What she said.
Stop the eyes and write better.
Oh, that's small dick energy, bro.
The blowjob eyes.
It's only right to release you from the TA position.
No.
You're right to be angry. Some things can't just be allowed.
Throw him in the cage with the other dude.
Fucking yummy like over here, bro.
I mean, she knew this, right, though?
Hey, Benji.
She knew it was a possibility, which sucks because, like,
She's calling Benji right now.
Or just calling her.
Hey, where are you?
Oh, look, she needs you now. You really manipulated the situation.
man, that old professor is a bitch. I can see your nipples and your fucking blowjob eyes right better. Like, Jesus, dude, go home and jerk it, bro. Calm the fuck down, dog.
Shit like this happens all the time. Starting to think I'm some kind of magnet for like dudes with serious issues.
Oh boy.
Only because you are.
That sweater
Not even
is
this a nice guy.
such a fuzzy sweater.
Hey, do you think I'm to a party with me tomorrow?
All
Meet the friends!
It's not a friend, Peach. Salinger's.
JD Salinger's little sister?
I mean, but she doesn't like to talk about it. She's a sweetheart. Her family's.
Oh, really?
Does JD Salinger actually have a kid named Peach?
Maybe. J.D. Salinger was also behind the hit show. What do celebrities know? Do they know things? Let's find out.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
It's too long to remember. She did that flirty, I'm gonna pretend to kiss you thing.
I mean, 2 dates without like a kiss now? You gotta get a little kiss in there.
It's cool how you get in the monster's POV. You understand why he does stuff. Almost like it's
Justified.
Yeah, but then it's weird because he's bad, but not all bad.
Ah! You should read the book Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk.
I like that one Chuck Palahniuk movie book, Fight Club book movie.
Ah, that was a good movie that we cannot talk about because it is a rule.
Whoa, we need another box already. Ethan, can you watch the register for a second?
Kid went down in the basement to get it. Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah, some grab your key.
Sir.
Do it.
What did I say?
I'm sorry.
I told you not to go down there.
I just wanted to grab a book.
Don't be an idiot. Why would you do that? Why?
Bro.
Yeah, because that's a reasonable response, Joe.
Aw, you scared the kid.
He's like, I would have had to kill you too now, Paco. I don't want to do that.
I feel like you're absolutely right, though.
Yeah.
Enough of this shit.
You're living with me.
Peach,
I
no,
wish
I
the
can't.
boys.
I can't accept it. It's just first, last, and a deposit, okay? Don't be so noble.
I say take it and pay it back over a long period of time. Treat it like a loan if you've got rich friends who have commodities like that.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it.
If you want to kill me, what the hell are you waiting for?
Where's he peeing and shitting?
3 cups. One is your brand, home soda. Tell me which one it is.
If I get this right, I get it fixed.
If you get this right,
I'll let you out.
None of them.
Well, yeah. Are they poison?
Probably his own kids.
I don't know.
wait, none of them. Okay, they all taste like stale, cheap drugstore soda. They're not mine.
They're all yours.
Yeah.
They're all yours.
That's bullshit.
Where's my cup? Drink.
We all lose. Because what am I gonna do with this lying sack of shit, Beck?
You want Beck, right?
Yes, we've been over it.
She does not want to be with a guy like you. I can help you.
No, actually, she invited me to a party tonight. The Peach Salingers.
She's taking you to add texture. Beck will always leave someone like you for someone who can take her places. She's playing you for a chump, my friend.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to listen out Benji a little bit more.
You need me.
Oh God, don't take his advice.
And secondly, if I was Benji, I would destroy the books in there to get him to come in.
He took all the books out already.
Oh, he did? Damn,
Yeah.
I missed that.
One more, and I can tell you.
Damn, I missed it.
Yeah, it was just empty. Just noticed.
Smart.
Is this Joseph?
Joe, am I just texture here, Beck?
Wow, you really let Benji get in your head, bro?
I mean, because it sounds so true, though. Also, I do want to admit that I think Joe, as a human being, aside from anything else that he does stalkingly, is a wet blanket.
He's a what?
Dude is just straight books.
A wet blanket?
Yeah. So you like books?
Read a book?
You met Beck at a bookshop, right? And then you just happened to meet again.
Casual tone, detective eyes. Well, it's lucky we did. She was on the tracks at the time.
So I heard. Being in Greenpoint of all places.
She's smart.
Different in Indiana. You'll see somebody 10 times in one day after the first time you meet them.
Big fan of peaches.
Peach.
Peach.
Peaches.
So in the time I was in there, you attract Benji 2.0. Peach looks thrilled. Are you thrilled?
Frescos.
What do you want?
Like,
what are those peaches guys?
All right, real talk.
Calm down.
I know he's awesome when he's inside of his head, but in real life, he's insecure as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like, if the only thing he could bring to conversation is books, and she got invited to this party, and now he's getting like sidelined. Like, if he doesn't have what it takes to get this chick, then like, fuck, bro.
I don't think I have a lot in common with your other friends.
I like that about you.
Because that's who you want to be.
I love these.
Sometimes, to survive, you have to show some teeth. And I'm guessing that yours are pretty sharp.
As long as sharp as mine.
Here we go. Oh my god.
Is she leading him on? Oh, and we're friends?
You in the zone, bro? You in the zone?
But like she keeps doing that thing where she like leans forward towards him, right? Like that. She's like.
Joe Goldberg?
Oh
Is
shit.
that Candace?
Maddie Johnson. I'm Candace's friend.
Oh fuck.
I heard about you and Candace.
I thought we were pretty happy, but she thought she could be happier with some guy in Rome, so, you know, I get it.
He killed her.
It's just
Yeah.
how she left so suddenly. Well, I mean, we were all kind of hurt. Excuse us, my Uber's here. It was nice to meet you.
Sorry, it was good to see you, Maddie.
Candace. She dead.
All the brown girls are on it.
Yeah. They can spot a creep a mile away.
I'm sorry. It's not okay to yell.
Grown-ups do it all the time.
Grown-ups are assholes.
Some people used to yell at me too, and I don't want to be like them.
They got you something.
She pocketed odds. It's about the gold standard versus the silver standard, kid.
Take this in the house. Ron.
What kind of fucking...
You have to
Books?
Because the ceiling tiles around the vent move. You push them, so you push one, pop a book in there, slide it
So
closed.
he's obviously got something hidden in his bathroom.
Like
Yep.
hidden places.
Trophy.
Something about Candace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candace's finger.
Oh, okay. Her ear.
You are not responsible for my feelings. I am. But for the record, I feel like congealed day-old egg rolls right about now.
I'd smash that bitch.
Benji was right. Benji.
I haven't fed Benji today. Benji is also a dog's name, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's goldfish.
What is he doing?
He's trying to climb out. Oh, he did.
Oh, he did. He left
Honestly,
books there?
I get how he feels.
You left me here to die! You left me here to die! It's nothing that just kill me!
No, he's just torturing him.
Yeah, no, I feel bad. I feel really bad for Benji.
I mean, Benji's an asshole, but he definitely doesn't deserve to be put inside of a box and slow roasted and tortured and shit.
I want to ask you to please reconsider. I need the TA job. I need housing.
You got the check now, dude.
Maybe discuss placing me with another advisor.
I wish you the best,
He looks like Kane a little bit.
but I really can't in good conscience do that.
You don't have no fucking conscience.
You think she's...
Bro, you got the check from Durazno. Just use it.
So I guess I'm realizing.
I hope you're recording this, motherfucker.
Right, me
Yep,
too this
yep.
motherfucker. Me too this dude hard.
I think she hopefully is recording this full.
He's showing some teeth.
But to share this.
Bingo.
That is?
A list of 6 women who have a story about you. What's the term again? Harassment or misconduct? Anyway, they were too scared to come forward, but then we realized it's harder to dismiss 7 women with the same story.
That's not possible. I've done nothing inappropriate.
She's very sexy, though. She's very attractive.
You're trying to call my bluff, but I'm not bluffing. Your call.
These are the last words I'll say before I hit send.
Send it.
You're right. I am a fraud. I've done things worse than you.
What?
And that's how I know. Joe, you're not a killer.
What?
I'm gonna tell you
What have
something.
you done worse than... What?
I'll know your worst secret. You'll know mine. Then you can let me go.
Yeah, but if you reveal yourself to be a killer, then you also put yourself in the position of being a threat towards Joe, so like...
Oh, give up this thing! Yeah, he's gonna be a superstar! He's gonna be a
A
superstar!
lot of interesting stuff in Benji's nightstand. But he was right. The thumb drive is by far the most interesting.
Oh, damn.
Start out your
Yep.
standard
Was he drowned?
They all stood there,
Yep.
laughing. And Benji was the worst because he stood there holding the camera. Their parents made it go away, but Benji kept a copy of the video I assumed to hold over friends' heads. Instead, I get to hold it over Benji's.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
who would have thought?
It is enough to buy his freedom.
Wow.
Well, they call that a squid pro row. There was no squid per pro.
Never mind, Benji's an asshole. Yeah, every guy's an asshole on this show.
Miracle love ever happens, if it's not a myth.
Hi.
Beck.
Thanks to you, I showed that professor some teeth.
And? What's that?
Thank you, Donut. It worked.
All I want to do is help, Beck.
I mean, you saw something in me, and not everyone gets why I'm here and what being a writer means. It's the most. I mean, it's the only important thing, and you helped me to not lose it. Aren't you gonna look, see if I guessed the right flavor?
Cake donut dipped in chocolate.
Sprinkles.
Chocolate dip cake donut.
Bullshit. Classic. Even old school and secretly better than all those crazy 22-hour ones.
Chocolate dip cake.
It is nice to be seen.
It's a good guess. It's good.
There it is. Good job, Joe. You manipulated your way to first base.
Let us smooch.
So, what was that Maddie girl saying about your ex Candace? She disappeared to Rome?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I guess she just fell in love with some guy in Rome and never to be heard or seen again.
Yeah, and their friends were like, yeah, it's just weird, we all never heard from her.
Yeah, it's like she had never been to Rome before, so how did she meet him?
What you said about Beck, basically being a gold digger.
I was just being honest. That's all.
What you are is wrong. I'd go so far as to say you create the problem when you assume this stuff, when you treat her like trash.
Bro, I'm done with her.
Say I can trust you. The thing is, that doesn't make up for the damage you've done.
I'm sorry.
If it was between me and you, Benji, honestly, I would rolls the dice. Like you said about killing. But this is about her.
But you put nuts in the coffee?
Yep.
Peanuts.
His throat's... Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm very scared of what you would do to her.
He was like, if I have one peanut, I'd die.
2 tablespoons of peanut oil.
Could have gone either way. He's lied about so many things. Who knew? The peanut allergy was real.
Oh shit.
Blood
You called
slides?
it.
It's a slide of blood. Phones.
How many
How,
phones
yeah, how
does he
much
have?
is up here?
What a terribly,
An honest man.
like, incriminating thing to keep. So now he's a murderer. Cool.
I mean, Candace, bro. Alright. Can I say my theory?
Yeah, what's theory?
So we see that this man's willing to essentially steal people's identities in order to keep it going, right? If you are a
He's not Joe.
No. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't think of that. But, like, if you're a police guy and they're like, hey, my friend Candace went missing. She was dating this creepy guy. And then she just up and moved to Rome and no one ever heard from her. All right, so that's obviously a clear-cut case of fucking murder, right? But cops are lazy. So this dude's got to be on, like, his phone and, like, probably got somebody in Europe with a credit card or some shit, like, proving that she still, like, lives and exists for a while after that. Because otherwise, like, is that not a clear-cut case? Like, no one here has to be a cop to be like, weird ex-boyfriend, lady missing, hasn't been heard from by her family or friends.
I guess it just comes down to the money that her friends have, because that makes perfect sense. Yeah, it just depends on how much money somebody can get them to actually investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, so what I'm saying is that, like, after she was gone, he probably did we see him doing it already. He probably did the thing with the cell phone, probably tweeting for her. He probably figured out a way to, like, buy shit with a credit card.
He may have set up a Netflix or something, so she's constantly getting charged, and then he pays it off under the table.
Like, I'm telling, like, some weird shit like that, I bet. Like,
easy enough to do, I guess. Change the IP address with, like, a VPN or
Barely
something.
an inconvenience.
And dude's got nothing else going on. Oh, that was the other thing, too. Is that, like...
Yeah, he said the geolocation of Benji's phone
It's in
set to
Massachusetts.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I think it's Massachusetts.
Some of those things I don't think you can do. Like him being on her iCloud on a different phone, that wouldn't have worked. Like,
Yeah.
She would have had message read receipt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, unless he's just waiting for her to reach it, and then he reads it right after. The other thing, too, man, is that, like, all right, so, like, I see that he's, like, his self-consciousness, but, like, at that party, we're like, this dude's a straight predator, right? Like, he follows people, he stalks them, he catches them, kills them, he's a straight predator. But in his party, like, his social anxiety, like, takes over, and he's like, no one wants to talk to me. He just goes and stands on the balcony.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a sociopath enough, like fucking Christian Bale was in, like, American Psycho, that he can, like, move and manipulate these conversations and, like, talk with people, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still, like, able to present himself as, like, this awkward dude.
Very
who, like,
introverted.
Yeah, can, like, kind of fall back into himself, and then he's still, like, second guessing. He's like, maybe Benji was right. Like, what do you think? And all this, I don't know. Like, he's good at what he does, but I think he's a little fucknut. It's so annoying. Like, you could put all this time into reading books and killing people, but you couldn't learn how to talk to a handful of people at a party and mildly bullshit, like, or just, like, go onto the balcony and be secure enough in yourself to be like, oh no, it's fine. I figured you brought me here, but maybe you're not. Just I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like he, if he's so hell bent on impressing Beck, it's just interesting that he doesn't have those skills to, like, maneuver around a party, like you said, like, just small talk. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just mingle a bit. Because if you get a few drinks in you, it's easier.
It's like he built a Rube Goldberg machine for getting a girlfriend instead of learning how to talk to girls.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess luckily for him, she didn't really seem like she actually wanted to be there when she was expressing it to him. So if he can manipulate, because that's probably what he'll have to do, is manipulate his way into like her joining his life as opposed to him trying to join whatever life she's trying to find. Because she doesn't seem to really have what she wants to do necessarily figured out yet.
Yeah.
And so he'll probably try to manipulate her into falling more in his life instead of pushing her into her life.
But here's the thing too, though. I mentioned it with this motherfucker got up at 5 a.m. to get to her house. Like, aside from work and Beck, he doesn't have a life.
Right.
Like, we met him once he was stalking Beck already. So like, what does dude do in his free time? Like, does he actually have free time?
Stalk other people.
Like you know what I mean? Like, even if they get to Landis and it becomes that they're like together. Like, have you ever dated somebody who literally didn't do like anything? And you're just like, what do we do? And it's like, whatever you want to do, or just want to like sit at home and do nothing. It's like, well, fuck, hold on, you don't have like a life. Like there's no, dude doesn't have fucking friends. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a life. He's just been stalking her, unless he does also able to manage a life and he just doesn't sleep. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
I wonder what he was doing right before he met Beck or started stalking Beck. Was he just stalking other random girls, or was Candace like just recent or whatever? I don't know. Maybe some time passed. But
He was being Candace's new boyfriend.
Probably.
Yeah.
Learning
he spends his time catfishing people.
But no, still interesting. I guess
he had to yell to the kid.
Yeah. If he's gonna stalk a different girl every season and kill him at the end, I don't know. I guess that sounds like fun to watch.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe this will be the outlier. Maybe she'll
the slow methodical murder of an innocent person.
I don't know. I think Beck. Hopefully Beck will find out because she seems to have some smart friends, or at least Peach, daughter of J.D. Salinger.
Right.
Well, let's see. What do we know too about her? Because like Chris brought up a good point. So far we really just know that she wants to be a writer.
Yeah.
The friends that she has, she doesn't really like to hang out with them because all they do is drink. It seems like and party.
Yeah.
So now we have two people who really don't do anything except for he reads books and she writes poems. So I guess she'll sit there and write, and he'll sit there and read what she writes all day.
I mean, like weirdly enough, he probably does know what she wants to do better than she does at this point.
Weirdly enough.
Odd, but like, you know, she has the right to choose and the freedom to choose whoever she wants to hang out with, whatever she wants to do. But yeah, obviously she doesn't really fit in herself there at those types of things. And what's the name? What I call him, JD. Benji might be right that she is kind of a not really a gold digger, but she
just kind of wants the life, wants the status.
Looking for someone to bounce next to.
Well, but who doesn't want to be successful and like rich and
doing
carefree?
things?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not something that I would hold against her.
I think it's kind of one of those like big city things where you can get so caught up in like trying to do the thing that like you look back and you're like, fuck, I've wasted 5 years and like haven't actually lived my life or progressed far enough ahead that like it's made a difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like for her, I know she like wants that social shit too, but like if she's trying to be a writer, like couldn't she just like shut shit down for 3 months and be like, I'm not going out, I'm not doing anything, I'm about to work on this project, like I got to get it done. But then also in a city like that, like you got to keep your social life up, you still got to make those appearances because it is all about who you know as well. So like I mean I get that.
She does do the yoga stuff.
No, but she also like she did like go out with her girlfriends when like her 20 pages was still due. You know what I mean? Like so she was clearly making choices that were self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
She also, I mean, he did help her get some teeth and stand up to the professor person.
Wow.
Like, whoever the fuck that was.
A moral conundrum indeed. Yeah, man, also that professor, dog, like, I understand that, like, you get this corruption and power, but, like, fuck, man, you got the balls to be like, you're gonna suck my dick or you're gonna fucking get kicked out of your house. Like, how do you not see that as
6 other girls?
Pure manipulation. Like, I just think, how do you look yourself in the mirror and not just vomit? Like, I don't know.
I just want to say that, if a girl's pretty and maybe has, cleavage, it doesn't really mean that she wants to fuck you. So maybe, maybe don't assume.
Hey,
ask.
I know that dicks like that exist and somehow they always end up in a little position of power. It's like, can you imagine? Like, fuck no, dog. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Also, like, you already have the power and status. I'm sure you could easily, consensually fuck any of the ladies.
Yeah.
Like,
why don't you go fuck your wife?
Right? Like,
married.
You live in New York. There has to be so many people of your age that you hold no power over that you could fuck unless you're shit at talking to people, unless you're a piece of human garbage who can't actually pull it off.
He is if he's cheating on his wife in the first place. Like, divorce her if you want to go do this shit, bro. Fuck that shit.
Messed up that, like, even one of her other friends was like, yeah, I fucked my biology professor to, like, get a test. And, like, well, shit, man. Like, that's just...
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah. You're just perpetuating that behavior then, especially, like, saying that it's okay to do sometimes. Like, I mean, to each his own.
So systemic sexism, just the patriarchy? Is this what they're talking about?
Yep.
God, like, I just... Like, I mean, yes, the cheating on the wife thing, too, but, like, just... Well, to have a conversation with the lady, like, hey, like, I'm gonna fuck whoever wants to fuck, please, can we talk about it? And she's like, no, then you're fucking divorced out there in the world, but guess what? You're still a professor in New York. Like, don't you have money and access to people who want to fuck you? Like, it's New York, there's so many people.
Well, you know, in that case, then it's always the one that you can't have that you want the most,
yeah.
you know. So.
Or if you're just a shit stain of a human being and you just want to shoot fish in a fucking barrel.
Younger people that you have power over.
Yep. Yeah. So you and your other guys can get together, your fucking cigar club, and tie your dicks together and talk about all the fucking young women you've oppressed into sucking your dick. Good for you, fucking professor. You little bitch-ass bitch.
Well, gang, he's a murderer now. That's the end of this episode.
Totally think he's been a Candace dog.
Yeah, maybe what if she actually just is in her room?
What if she's in a different box, in a different basement?
Yeah. Keeping phones, like...
In a record store.
Like, if you're caught... That's just the most absolutely incriminating evidence that you could possibly leave there. So,
if he does get caught too, though, like everybody, I guess it's common knowledge that serial killers keep
like a trophy.
Trophies. So like even if they found something weird up there, they'd be like, we found his trophies, and they just like, can you tell us what these are? And they'd have to get like some super whip crack detective on it to be like, he's been keeping the buttons of the shirts on the girls that he went on the first date with, like, or something like that.
Did you guys hear about that one serial killer that they found that had like 99 women that he'd killed, and he could draw all of them?
99?
It was insane. Look it up. He drew these women almost perfectly, and he could pretty much remember like
photographic memory and an artist.
It was nuts. It was nuts. He said he could remember like fine details on these women over the course of like several decades. So serial killers are just crazy.
Yeah. Again, some Dexter vibes, but obviously I was rooting for Dexter a little more than him.
Yeah, at least Dexter was like, I only killed other serial killers. I was like, all right, whatever.
I know we only watched 2 episodes, but so far I don't really know what the big deal is about this TV show, and I'm sorry.
I think what it is like, you know, Netflix has these bingeable shows, and
the
pacing is very like something's always happening that is interesting. At least it's just like, okay, let's see where it's going. He's keeping the guy in the basement. He's dead now. Now what? Oh.
And they're trying hard to make you like him.
I can't see this like every episode be like 10 minutes shorter.
Did you? Yeah, I thought it was a 30-minute show.
Oh, that actually, I think that'd been nice. But for dramas, it's usually typical to keep it about the hour. If anything, if we weren't watching this on the channel, I would probably just literally like read each episode synopsis and then watch the season finale of this one and be like, all right, because like I'm really interested in where it ends, but right now, like I don't quite care about the journey.
But what about Paquito?
I do care about Paquito. I think it's because too to care about the journey, like the journey's based around their relationships, but like I really, really don't like Joe, and then Beck just kind of seems like she could be an extra on Girls so far. So like I'm gonna have to get used to these people more to care about them. But if the show is about like Joe succeeding, I don't like Joe, so I'm gonna have a hard time being like, I want to see him succeed. Or maybe I just want to see all the fucked up shit he'll do. Like,
didn't you catch the very subtle reference that Paco said about?
Yeah, right.
It's like he's bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy.
Because you can see that.
I wanted to talk about that too. There is nothing in the background of his life and his childhood that can make it acceptable for him to behave in this way. I will never find sympathy for this.
He did get his face smacked by an older man.
And murder, I don't give a fuck.
He was punched by an old man.
It's not justification,
and locked him.
But it's more like, oh, this is how these people are created. This is unfortunate. You know?
Yeah.
I don't care about his life sob story.
I even still, man, like I know that Benji killed somebody, so it's hard to call Benji an innocent person. Yeah. But like when he attacked Benji was an innocent person. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't know that like he had actually done a murdering until like he found the tape. It's just
also it's a very thin reason to like, all right, now I'm gonna murder him. Like
right.
I was worried about Beck, like the way he did it with the frat dude. I mean, you could tell it was like an accident.
Yeah, and he had to it looked like Joe justified it to himself. He was looking for a reason to be he was like, oh, well, now I have to kill you because you murdered somebody once, and now I have to worry about what you'll do to Beck. I'm doing this to protect her. It's like, no, you're not, dog. You're doing this because if he gets out, mutually assured destruction just means that the second one of you doesn't give a fuck about going to prison. You both go to prison. Mutually assured destruction on a nuclear level makes more sense because no world exists after that. But for this, all dude has to do is be like, oh, I'm going to prison. All right, whatever. Let me tell you about this other motherfucker. I got proof. That's all it would take. And I feel with the way that he lives already, Benji, that
he would have gotten out.
Or he'd come up into a situation where he'd have an in with the cops and be like, hey, all right, listen, if you guys promise not to take me down, I will tell you about a serial killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you going to live with that every day on your mind? No, you're going to kill this dude. Obviously. You just be waiting for the other shoe to drop if you let him out.
Well, I'm ready for the next episode, honestly. I want to keep going through this. Again, it seems like something very just bingeable on Netflix. Instead of the week to week, it doesn't really merit a hyper discussion. But here we are talking about it. Thank you for joining us week to week. But we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching You with the Normies. Check us out on Patreon for early access and uncut content. Special shout out to Aaron, Austin, Desiree, Eleanor, Explorin' Dylan, I Eat Pink Tacos, Joe, Liam, Michael Henry, Michael Maglalong, Nick, Nuptup, Puvy, Quentin, Ruby Tiger, Bystander, Tristan, J Sobel, Kelly, Keyboard Junkie, the NYR Fan, and ZJP, and we'll see you all next time.